expression you can find in continuous, same thing will be for the discrete, right? So now what happens? We have to see about the addition of two signals. So two continuous time domain signal x1 of t and x2 t will be given to you or already provided to you. Now what you have to do? We have to add the two signals. So let me write two signals like this. So let us writing. This is a signal x1 of t, right? So this is time. This is amplitude. So I am taking a simple example here to make you understand. So this is time, this is amplitude, 0 to 2, the signal range with amplitude equal to 1, right? So now what happens? I am taking another signal here. So I am taking another signal x2t. The x2t is length, I am taking 0 to 1 time. This is your x2t with same amplitude 1. So now what happens? I have to add. What is our aim? Our aim is to add the two signals. So if I will add the two signals, what we will get, right? This is very simple thing. How to add the signals? We have to add the time instant of two signals. Means we will see now. See from 0 to 1. What is the amplitude here? Amplitude is 1. Okay, right? So from 0 to 1, we are watching that amplitude is 1 here, right? From 0 to 1, 1 will be any point will be here because 1 will be present between 0 to 2. What is the amplitude? Amplitude is 1, right? So from 0 to 1, the amplitude is 1. So if we will add 1 plus 1, what will get? Very simple thing, 2 will get. So what I am drawing now? I am drawing a signal like this. The x of t. From 0 to 1, I am drawing 2. This is your 2, right? So now see the next instant. From after 1, what is the amplitude? Amplitude is 0. After 1, what is the amplitude? Amplitude is same, 1 only, right? So this 1 plus 0, what will get? 1. Means after 1, the value will be 1. Can I draw like this? Again I am repeating, try to understand. Very simple thing. We have to see the time instant. This is the most important thing is that time instant. So between 0 to 1, the amplitude was 1. Between 0 to 1, the amplitude was 1. So between 0 to 1, so 1 plus 1 amplitude. We are adding the amplitude. So 1 plus 1, it is coming here 2, right? After 1, amplitude is same 1. After 1, the amplitude is 0. So 1 plus 0, it is coming here 1. And after 2, no value. After 2, no value. This is 0. So indirectly, what you can tell here, very simple thing you can tell that this signal will go and sit over it. It will go and sit. See, same thing will be there. Previously, x1 is there. x2t is sitting over x1t. So that what happens, we can find this signal nothing but the x of t. We have to understand this is the basic signal operation doing, because after that we will see the multiple operation or difficult examples. But before going to difficult examples, we have to see the basic thing first. So what I have taken here, I have taken two signal x1t, x2t. Next what happens, I am adding by considering the time instant and focus is on amplitude. Remember this thing. I am considering the time instant, but what is our focus? Focus is to add the amplitude so that we will get a signal like this, right? So now what happens? Let I am taking a simple example. So I have to, same thing I am telling here. So let I have to subtract. Let I have to subtract the signal. So let I am drawing. So I am at a time telling. Subtract means what happens? I find the value of x of t is equal to x1 of t minus x2t. So then we will see the typical example. So now what happens? x1t minus x2t. Generally what happens? Subtract is no meaning. So what is we are doing here? x1t is same. x2t what we are doing? Already I told that we are doing some amplitude scaling or amplitude folding, right? So how to find the value of x2t? From this is x1t, x2t means what is amplitude folding. We have to rotate the signal about the x-axis. minus x2t. So if you rotate the signal to find the value of minus x2t, how the signal will looks like? Very simple thing. It will come to the low end. From 0 to 1, it will be minus 1. This is your minus x2t. Can I write like this? Yes. So now what happens? To find the value of x1t minus x2t, I just rotate the signal in the amplitude domain. I have to rotate, I have to fold, I have to see the mirror image in the x-axis. So it is coming like this, minus 1. From 0 to 1, this is minus 1. After finding the minus x2t, can I write like this? x1t, this can be written as your x1t plus minus x2t, same thing. I can write, so x1t minus x2t. Now what I have to do? Now what we have to do? We have to add the two signals. Same, again coming this addition. To which x1t, x2t. I have to add the two signals. So if we add the signals, what we will get? We will get a signal like this. So try to understand, this is your t. This will be now x of t. So now see, from 0 to 1, what is the amplitude? 0 to 1 amplitude is 1. From 0 to 1, the amplitude is minus 1. So 1 minus 1, what will get? 0. So from 0 to 1, there is no signal. Right? Similarly, what happens? 1 to 2, the amplitude is 1. From 1 to 2, what is the amplitude? 0. So 1 plus 0, we will get the 1. So we will get a signal like this. So this is the subtraction between x1t and x2t. So if any signal will be given to you for the addition, what we have to see? We have to consider the time instant and add the respective amplitudes to find the addition operation of a signal. Similarly for subtraction, what we do? Hold the second signal, which one we have to subtract, hold it in amplitude, then add. So that what we will get? We will get the resultant signal. So this is the basic operations on the additions, right? So now what you can do here? So let me tell you a simple example by how to construct a signal by using unit step. This is most important thing. Again, I am going to tell. So how to construct a signal by using the basic unit step signals. So let me take the example. So now let's consider I am drawing a signal here. So try to see the example. So let I have drawn a signal. This is x of t. Now what is our question? Our question is that we have to represent. I am writing the question. We have to represent x of t by using only u of t or unit step. So how to do these things? And this can be done by using the basic operations like addition and subtraction. So again I am telling, we have to represent the x of t by using only the unit step signal. So we everyone know that what is unit step signal? I can draw. The unit step signal is like this. We everyone know. This is your unit step signal, right? This is u of t. This is 0. So we know that for unit step signal, the amplitude is 1 when t is greater than equal to 0. But what is our aim? Our aim is to draw this signal. So now see what happens. From 0 to 1 is amplitude. From 1 to 2 is amplitude. Means what happens? We are adding another unit step signal. From this you can consider, we can assume, we can think that. So as the amplitude is 2 here, this cannot be possible by taking only one unit step signal. This can be possible by taking another unit step signal. So how to do this thing? So see here, I am taking two signals. This is one unit step signal. This is another unit step signal. So this is starting from 0. This is starting from 1. Right? So if I will add, so what is the signal? This signal is known as u of t. Right? This is time axis. This is also time axis. This signal is known as u of t. Already we know if the signal is shifted towards the right, the signal will be u of t minus 1. We everyone know because signal starting from now 1, it shifted to right. So we can write that this is your u of t minus 1. So now what happens? As we know that the amplitude is 2 here, means we can tell that these two signals must be added. I already told that one signal will go and sit over the other signal, so that the amplitude will be increased. So as if I will add the two signals, what I will get? Very simple thing. After adding the signal, I will get the signal will be. If I am adding, the signal will be like this. This is time. This is 1. This is 2. This is your u of t plus u of t minus 1. This is very simple thing. We all know that this is u of t, this is u of t minus 1. After addition, we are now finding that this signal plus this sit, and it will go up to infinite, having the two amplitude. But what is our requirement? Our requirement is to stop at t equal to 2. Our requirement is to stop the signal at t equal to 2. Means I have to stop at 2. I don't require these things. I don't want. I have to stop there. How can you stop? I have to avoid. How can you avoid? I can avoid by using the subtraction. Subtraction means what else? I can remove. So what is signal must be there? What I have to subtract? Very simple thing. So for this signal, the red signal I can draw now. So what is signal? Red signal. See, this will start from 2. If I subtract this thing from the signal, then I will get the signal. Right? So what is the signal value? See, the signal is starting from 2. Right shift. Having the amplitude will be 2. So how to write these things? Very simple thing I can write. This is your, again I am telling, we have to write the signal by using a unit step. So I have to use the unit step only. So we can write the signal will be 2 u of t minus 2. Can I write like this? Simple thing. See, t minus 2 means what happens? Signal is shift towards the 2. 2 is the amplitude. I already wrote that 2 is the amplitude. So 2 is the amplitude. So now what happens? If I subtract this minus this, then what happens? These things will be removed. So how can write? We can write now x of t equal to, we can write the final signal x of t equal to u of t plus u of t minus 1 minus 2 u of t minus 2. So if I will do these things, then I can write the signal x of t. Again I am repeating what we have to do. Very simple thing. Only you have to understand what is the operations we are doing. Basic thing only. So first of all, what happens? Question is given like this. X of t is given here. It is asked to find the value of x of t, to represent x of t by using the unit step signals only. So I can draw. This is the unit step signal, right? So as the amplitude is 2 here, first of all what happens? We have to add the signal with the other signal. So what the other signal must be there? It must be start from 1. As after 1 the amplitude is increasing to the 2. So I am taking this u of t. This is u of t minus 1. After addition, what will get that? From 0 to 1. From 0 to 1 I can write. See, from 0 to 1 the amplitude is 1. From 0 to 1 the amplitude is 0. So we can get that. We can write that 1 plus 0 is 1 plus 0 is 1 here. Similarly, after 1 amplitude is 1. After 1 amplitude is 1. So 1 plus 1 2. But the signal will continue up to infinite. But our question is that we have to stop. We have to stop the signal at 2. How can you stop the signal at 2? We have to remove this component. So to remove this component, first we have to draw the signal. If I draw the signal, it is coming like this. 2, amplitude 2 is known as the 2 u of t minus 2. So after drawing the signal, I can write the final expression for x of t will be u of t plus u of t minus 1 minus 2 into u of t minus 2. So like this what happens? We can proceed to draw. We can proceed to write a signal by using the combinations of the basic signals, right? So this is a simple example I have given to write a signal by using the unit step functions.